Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Dancing is seductive to women. Dancing is seductive to women. Yeah, and that's shit. I'm gonna tell you what with women. I remember I was talking with a couple of women and stuff, and they were chill different times. And this is more recent. This is as an older man too. And I remember just talking with them, shooting a breeze, and I broke out like a little dance move, just a little small thing. Now I ain't gonna win no Dancing with the Stars contest or something, but just a little small thing. I could tell from their body language, how their eyes dilated, how they started pointing towards me. They were turned on, especially when they said, "Oh wow, you can dance." That is very seductive to a woman, and it's very important. That's why, like a lot of guys who actually get a lot of women, might pick them up at clubs and stuff. They might pick them up on clubs because, and it does so for two reasons. The first reason is when a woman see a man dance, subconsciously it tells her how he'll be in the bedroom. It turns her on to that extent. It turns her on to that extent. Like she see that movement and everything. That's why sometimes a woman can be turned on by how a man walks. Because it's just like a man, if a woman walking and she doing that switch swaying right, it turns on most men. You sitting there like, oh man, because you're imagining how that sway will be on your penis. It's the same thing with women. She imagining if that dude moving a certain way when he inside of her, boom. Very important. It turns her on and it speaks to her too. Like this is 1.5 of it, right? It speaks to her because remember, only 9%, 8% roughly of communication is verbal. A woman's also looking at how a man looks, how he stands, everything, how he moves. She imagines moving to that. Now that gets into the second point of why it's seductive. Understand something. You can find out a lot about a woman and get a general idea about overall how she is and everything by just watching her dance. Like, and it was even way before I wrote Nice Guys and Players. I had an idea about something like this type of book or something. Honestly, going back to the early '80s, and I would just write little notes and stuff. I still got the notebook somewhere. I would just write like a little note and say, "Oh yeah, do this." And one of the things is taking them dancing. Like I would go to a club when I was going out or dating or something. A lot of times I take a woman to the club. And you'll see another side of it. If you want to see, like that's one of the best ways to see what a woman is about. Put her on a dance floor, other than alcohol. Put her on the dance floor. Let her feel that music. Don't say anything. Don't worry about if she's even on beat or anything. Just let her dance. She might be dancing on wild or stuff. Let her do it. And sit there and just watch. Watch her body language. Watch her face. That's when they letting go. Because here's the thing. Reason why a lot of women are uptight and maybe they don't have orgasms or they're not enjoying sex. It's not even so much about the guy and his skill level. Like if in that instance, that's only like 50% of it is the guy's skill level. The other 50% is her. Is she open? Is she loose? And you could tell that when she's dancing. You can see a lot with a woman when she dances and how she dances. That's why if you go to some dance clubs or something, you let that woman watch that woman dance or something. They'll be dancing with each other. That's how much they get into it. In fact, I've known some women, they would, even if they married or something, they'll still go to the dance club just to let go. And, they'll dance with whoever, maybe even, like let them grind up on her or something. Boom. And in fact, you can even if a woman tell you how she dance. I remember this one young lady, and just to be clear, this is females across the planet. This is females across the planet, because this particular one woman was a voluptuous white girl. And she was just like, yeah, when she go out, she looking for that guy. She like to dance close. So that told me about her right there. So that's very important. And just the dancing thing, if you really look at many cultures, or you look at those women get into something like belly dancing, because I've known some women into belly dancing. It's like, oh yeah, yeah. Even knew somebody. Haven't heard from her in years. She actually taught belly dancing, and he will move a certain way. But then their sensuality was on another level. You know, especially the more open they are about that. Because when you see some women, they don't seem to like to dance or something. They always like kind of repressed. But when you put them on the dance floor, let them do their thing. That says so much. And that's why. So they start opening up. So they look for that man who can dance with them. That's why a lot of male. That's one reason why male exotic dancers get money rained on them. They have those bodies, but they moving, and that actually turns a woman on. It communicates something to them. It hits them where it hits them on a deeper level. So it's very seductive. It's very seductive. Now, that's why, and you get a lot of guys that say, well, I can't dance anything. Well, shoot, Rom couldn't dance, but I'm going to tell you what. There were women I was able to get sex from and seduce. And what they all said the same thing. Ironically, they said, Rom, you dance erotically. You know? Not on rhythm, but erotically. So it actually turned them on the dance floor. And just dancing, just regular dancing, because the way I dance, especially, and then ask them to slow dance. I'm gonna tell you how deep slow dance it is. I remember I was at a club, and there was a woman actually standing next to a guy. She was standing next to a guy. They looked like they knew each other, but they gave me a friendship vibe. So I asked her to slow dance, and she came out there. She didn't hesitate. The guy got kind of pissed. He made sure he held her hand, and when he came the next time, but she didn't care. That's it. In fact, I always tell like that story about like I be at the club, especially like Zanzibar when it was over there by the White House for people who might remember it. And I go in there, be trying to eat buffalo wings. And I'm not joking when I say this. That's why I always talk about it. I'm trying to eat my food, and women be saying, hey, let's dance. They were pulling me to the dance floor. And like I said, it's very seductive, because I remember I took one woman there. She was actually Asian. I took her there. I took her there to the Zanzibar, and at that point we hadn't done anything. Maybe about an hour or so there dancing. Boom, back to the spot. Bow, bow, bow. So it's very seductive. It seduces them. It taps into a woman's more primal nature. Because, when they just walking down the street or something, or they at work, or they just out and about wherever, even working out at the gym, they got a level of defensiveness up. But when they let go, those defenses come down. And they come down quickly. When they letting go, they move and they get that music thing. In fact, it's deep to the point. Shit, here's a thing. Here's a seduction thing for y'all. Fellas, you bring it back to your place. Make sure you got some type of sound system. Now me, I don't have a sound, because everybody, people don't have those sound systems like they used to. But make sure you got some music up in that joint. Trust me. Got that music playing or something. If you got to put on, I got a cable station on there, but I can turn it on to some other stuff. Get them nice and loose. They relax, and make sure you got that music on. Trust me. So anyway, that's all I got for now, y'all. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.